Afternoon driver, we're outside Purfleet station at the moment. Set up the train and the next stop is Gospel Oak, signal November India 1306. So turn the DVD on, insert the master key, Shift W. Reset the AWS, go outside, set up the headlights like that. So we are in 66414 Power Hall livery. Put the reverser to forward, release the brake, power to notch 3. So we're departing, well, here. The speed limit is 45 miles an hour as we have 20 miles to Gospel Oak where we need to stop. So we're on a big giant merge route at the moment from the steam workshop. I don't remember its name. I think it's like North London, Goblin and Faversham merge. So I think last week I got a request to do a video from London Gateway to Garston, and because London Gateway doesn't really exist, kind of had to start from Purfleet because that's the closest place to it. So this series, well, the next mini-series, this one, will be split into 4 sections. Part 1 from Purfleet to Willesden, Willesden to Rugby to Stafford, Stafford to Garston. So we're going to cover a lot of miles. So part 1 is to Willesden, which is in 26 miles. So looking at the map, here is Gospel Oak where we need to stop, and we are over here. 436 Echo London Gateway to Garston. Looking at the map, it is absolutely huge. Speed limit is now 50 miles an hour. This is Purfleet station. Yeah, just ignore the fact that the overhead wires are missing. So accelerate the train up to 50 miles an hour until we can accelerate further. So we are following along train 436 Echo to 1257 London Gateway Freightliner to Garston Freightliner Terminal. That ran on the 30th of June 2020. Calling at London Gateway Freightliner, London Gateway Departure Line, Gospel Oak Signal November India 1306, Willesden Up and Down Goods, Northampton Down Goods Loop, Rugby, Crewe Bottom Hall, Garston Church Road and Garston Freightliner Terminal. So we're going to cover a lot of mileage. Next station we'll pass through will be Raynham, which is near HS1. So unfortunately we won't be seeing any traction on HS1 because the thing is timetable to go through. And I'm not sure if Eurostar is running services because of the current coronavirus. I don't think so. I don't remember seeing any Eurostar trains, on-time trains. So I don't know how long this video will be. I might split it into a few sections, so I might just keep it all as one. Well, all as one as in like an entire video from Purfleet to Willesden. I think it might be like an hour long or something. So going over the top is HS1 from Europe and Kent. If I could get a decent frame rate. So speed limit is 50 miles an hour, pretty average speed for a freight train. And also on HS1 the speed limit is 140 miles an hour, which is really fast. But you can go even faster on the French side, where you can do 186 miles an hour. So back off on the power as we have reached 50 miles an hour. So our route, we will head off from Purfleet, go through Raynham, Dagenham towards Barking, go straight on towards Brondesbury Park, over the Goblin line to Gospel Oak, then over the North London line to Willesden. So yeah, not very fast. I think maximum speed is this bit, where we can do like 50 miles an hour. Is that the yellow or green? Oh, it's green. So yeah, traffic, it should be fairly light until we get to the heart of London. Or the part of south of London. Or like the west bit. And again, if I could get a frame rate that's smooth, like, yeah, getting a decent like 30 to 40 FPS. So we are driving 66414 in Freightliner Power Hall livery. I'm not sure if I've seen this livery in real life. So how many 66s are in a Power Hall livery compared to the rest that are just in like Freightliner green? Also, this one time I was coming back from a placement interview in Trafford Park, and when I was outside Deansgate, I saw a 66 light engine heading into Trafford Park, and it was in the new Freightliner green and brown livery. It was cool. We're now approaching Raynham station. Next station will be Dagenham Dock. And then just after Dagenham Dock will be a Freightliner terminal that will pass through. So yeah, the traffic should definitely increase after we pass Barking. So yeah, 66s, they're very powerful, which is probably the reason why they're so popular. Like, every single public freight operator has a 66. So we've got DB Schenker, you got Freightliner, you got Colas, you got DRS. How many 66s have been made? Is it like 700 or something? Come on, frame rate. There we go. So after Dagenham Dock, we should split ways with HS1. So HS1 will continue to go underground towards Stratford International and then St Pancras, and we'll just keep going on overground towards Barking. And we should also be seeing some C2C trains in Barking going towards Upminster and Southend Central. Speeding a bit too much. There's a wind turbine on the left. Cool. Why do I have such a runny nose? This is a Dagenham Dock station, and doesn't look like the speed limit is going down. So yeah, 14 miles to Gospel Oak, where we should wait for a 30 minutes to leave. I think it's headed out to Clapham. Yeah, for some reason, when I was looking at real-time trains, there seems to be a lack of trains from Richmond. Maybe engineering work or something like that. Put it notch 5, see if that keeps us at 50. So I think this is Dagenham Freightliner Terminal, or whatever it's called. I think it's called Ripple Lane, I think. So I just put in some containers and a few 66s. Just so it's not like a ghost town. Next station we'll pass through is Barking, where we come off the London Tilbury and Southend Railway and join the Goblin line. So Gospel Oak to Barking line, just joining to Goblin. And we should also join the District line from Central London. Yeah, it would be really cool if we had the entire run from Fenchurch Street to Southend with 357s. And then, if we had that, we could also use 387s, and we could do like container trains. And then we can merge it with this. So then you could do a full run from Willesden to London Gateway. That would be cool. In a 66 or a 70 or whatever. Just loading in Barking Station probably. Very, very slowly. Come on. So speed limit is going down to 45 as we pass through Barking Station. I think I'll just let friction just slow me down. So timetable to pass at Barking is 13:39, and so yeah, we're a tiny bit late, but it's not really a problem. Also, after we pass Barking, we will be behind a stopping train from Barking to Gospel Oak. So expect a lot of yellows. Yeah, and our stopping Gospel Oak shouldn't really be that long, because it's timetable for a 3-minute stop, and real-time train says there's no report for it, so who knows how long it was sat there for, apart from the driver and whoever else was there. So we're now passing through a Barking station, which I have been to in real life. Yes, I think I saw a bunch of 357s, some underground stock and 172s, because I went there in 2015, and that was before the Goblin was electrified. And before the 710s. I think the train's going out to Grays, I think. Or Southampton. So line to the left goes to Fenchurch Street, and we go up and over onto the Goblin line. And also the Goblin line in this version of the route is not electrified. So no 710s, no 378s, just 172s. So just accelerating power. On the left is East Ham Depot, where C2C store their trains. So I just put in some 387s because we don't have 357s, which C2C normally use. And we continue right towards Woodgrange Park. So at Woodgrange Park, if you go straight on, you will join up with the Great Eastern and head towards Stratford that way. But this train has been routed to go through the Goblin line because the Goblin line is far easier to pass than the Great Eastern. Because if you go on the Great Eastern, you have to cross over from the up slow to the up fast, then just meander your way through Stratford. Whereas on the Goblin, you just have to travel in a straight line. Got the yellow, which means we need to stop at the next signal, which is not on the hood yet. So speed limit is going down to 30 as we pass through Woodgrange Park. So I have done this in a video before, in a 172, and also in a 387, but going to Stratford. By the time we'll do it in a freight train, so non-stop pretty much. What I think about this is that the timetables I looked at were passed for class 710s, and I could only use 172s, so yeah, all these trains are pretty much late. Because 710s have far better performance than 172s do. So speed limit is going up from 30 to 45 and then 40 to 45 again. So I think it's just best to maintain 40 miles an hour. So here is where the electrification ends, even though in real life the electrification goes all the way to Willesden and then all the way to Garston. In real life, if you could have like a local changeover in Willesden, you could have electric traction all the way to Crewe. Though saving fuel. Speed limit is now 40 miles an hour, and we seem to be struggling to get up to speed. Next station is Wanstead Park. Yeah, sorry for the commentary, for some reason I woke up with a very bloody nose. Probably because my cats seem to keep sitting on me. This is Wanstead Park station. Yeah, I think the lag spikes are going to be very prominent in this video because the route is just that big. So hopefully this video should go out after the one I did on the Medway Valley. So the previous video should be the train from Strew to Mason West, and then this series should last from, so it should be on Tuesday and Thursday, and then next week. So the next signal is far away. Yeah, they were just a headlight to the 172. 2 Juliet 57 Gospel Octa barking. I mean, I like the model of the 172, it's just the sounds. Because I'm not sure if a 172 sounds different to a 170. Anyway, next station will be Leytonstone High Road. Yeah, because I think the tunnel blocks are so far apart, the likelihood of a spad is very high. And if this was a live stream, the risk of a spad would be even higher. See, I think there's something really cool about seeing a freight train just snake its way through London. I got it clear. Eventually, frame rate, come on. Pick up. I was looking outside, you can see the train just kind of curve around the curves. This is Leytonstone High Road. Speed limit is now 45 miles an hour. Yeah, I think I'll just leave the wipers off because they sound annoying and they don't do anything. Next signal is half a mile away. I should also turn on the clag factor. I wonder why this route doesn't have TPWS, because it seems like an important feature to include. Signal is danger. Let's see how good the brakes are. They're awful. Come on, change. Why are the brakes so bad on this train? Oh, it's yellow. Gotta change to yellow. Yeah, I should drive more defensively. Especially given how bad these brakes are. That was Leyton Midland Road. Next station is Walthamstow Queens Road. I wonder if anyone has complained about the 66 horn. You got the cooling fans and you got a ton of clag. Yeah, some of these 66s, I think they're more than 20 years old now. Well, the AWS ones, they're very old. Not like the newer ones with the fuel efficiency and the low emissions. So it's 6 miles-ish. So in real life I haven't been down here. The only place I've been to on the route is... The only place that I've done is Barking. And then the route from Willesden to Crewe. So yeah, I can't really compare this to real life because I haven't been down here. Unless you could just like look up on YouTube. Like trains at Black Horse Road station. Even though today it is electrified and it's just 710s. So you might have to search for a few years before. Like when this route is set. This is Walthamstow, Queen's Road. Please change. I forgot to brake again. Why am I so bad at driving trains? Denied. Okay, spad counter, 1. So 1 spad. Okay, let's see how far I spadded. Okay, we got 1 container, 2 containers, 3, 4, 5. 5 containers. That's pretty far. Okay, can I continue? Josh. Yeah, next signal is clear. So yeah, the scenario, it is challenging. Mainly because you have a stopping train in front of you and you have bad brakes. Okay, focus on driving. Don't spad. Again. Next station will be Black Horse Road. I think we intersect with, it's either a London Overground line out of Liverpool Street, or it's just another underground line. Next signal is 0.75 miles away. So I'll just cruise at about 30 miles an hour. Yeah, Train Sim Classic really does need an optimization patch. But I think that's far easier said than done because of how old the game engine is. 172 with 2 Juliet 59. This is Black Horse Road. And we have a warning of 20 miles an hour. Where's the signal? It's very far away. So accelerate a little bit, just so we don't end up crawling. I mean, we do have a timetable to keep to. Oh, it's yellow. Cool. So we need to stop at the next signal, risking another spat. Yeah, if there's one thing this route needs, it's TPWS. Because I think every route has TPWS in real life. A freight train. And the speed limit is also 20 miles an hour. Hope to Dagenham Yard. Yeah, that's what I assumed was on the train. Not sure if that was actually what was on the train. It's what I assumed it would be using Google. Speed limit is now 45 miles an hour. Yeah, the thing about this train is that the acceleration is decent, it's just that the braking is crap. Come on, pull up the hill. Climbing on a gradient of 1 to summit. Come on, pull up the hill. You can do it. Yeah, try not to get the ammunition into the red zone. Crossing over the line. Which one? I wonder which one that is. Oh, I think we're in South Tottenham. Yeah. I know where we are. Okay, try and keep our speed up so I don't end up crawling. That's yellow, which means we need to stop at the next signal, which is, I think it's in South Tottenham Station. Well, at the end of it. Was that mine? No. It's a different one. So looking at the HUD, the speed limit goes down to 40, then down to 30. Back off from the power. So yeah, this is a very challenging scenario because you have to kind of have to know the route in order not to spat. So a signal is coming up fairly shortly, and I can't tell if that's a danger I expect or not. This is South Tottenham Station. Next station is Harringay Green Lanes, where we cross over the East Coast Main Line out of King's Cross. I think that looks like it's turning yellow, but it might be a danger. The thing about the signals is that it looks like a yellow, but then it turns to a red. But I think that one is yellow. Yeah, it's yellow. So yeah, we're getting close to Gospel Oak. It's green, cool. So yeah, when we get to Harringay Green Lanes, we should cross over the East Coast Main Line out of King's Cross that heads north towards Peterborough. Then after that we have Crouch Hill, Upper Holloway, and then Gospel Oak. I pressed E and nothing happened. 172 from Goswell Barking to Juliet 61. So yeah, this scenario didn't really take that long to make, maybe a couple of hours. So yeah, part two took ages because you have to model the entire West Coast Main Line from Willesden to Rugby via Northampton. Because you have to travel so slowly, you have to put in more trains. But hopefully it should be worth it. And hopefully the frame rate shouldn't be total crap on the West Coast Main Line South. And you're speeding again. Why do you keep speeding? Why do you keep doing this? And we have a single yellow. This is Harringay Green Lanes station. And I can see the next signal up ahead. So I'll slow down for that. Using variable braking force. Yeah, I think what rain is that if I had dynamic lighting turned on, it would make it even harder than it already is. And also, I kind of like how you can hear the rain just fall on the roof. Yep, the signal up ahead is definitely a danger. And this time I'm actually prepared to stop. So now we are now crossing under the East Coast Main Line. So there's Harringay, and that way is King's Cross and Brondesbury Park. This modelled. It's modelled to a degree. There's Harringay. And then down there is Hornsey. Well, it would be Hornsey. It would be Hornsey if there was track there. I think at some point, I think Grand Central 180s kind of use a. They come off the East Coast Main Line at Harringay, and then they go across the Goblin Line, and then they somehow end up in Oswald Common. Yeah, but I don't think they do that anymore. Probably because Old is closed. Try give it another notch of power. Yep. Now we're moving. So speed limit is 30 miles an hour. Make sure not to go above it. How long have I been recording for? 45 minutes. Yeah, it's taken about an hour to drive like 30 miles. So you know we're going really slowly. We're going at a snail's pace. We're now passing through Crouch Hill station. Next station will be Upper Holloway, where a junction comes off to meet up with the MML towards Bedford. There's also a junction called Junction Road Junction. Yes, this floor is on a floor. So at Gospel Oak, we will stop following behind the 172. And then we'll start following behind a 378. So more trailing, I guess, or whatever the term is. Tissue station. going through it at about 2 FPS. So yeah, this video would be fun to edit because I have to edit out all the pauses and then edit in all the station names. Trust me, there's a lot of names on this line. Well, on our route. Oh, screen. Cool. Another 172 from Gospel to Barking to Juliet 63. 55 miles an hour, the speed limit. Put on the chain length one. This is Upper Holloway station. Next station will be Gospel Oak, where we come off the Goblin line and then join the North London line, joining from Stratford. We also have a warning for 25 miles an hour. And then going down to 20. So we are timetable to stop at the next signal, and so far we are relatively on time. So apply some braking. So line to the left comes off and goes towards the Midland Main Line as it's in Pancras, towards Bedford and Sheffield, Nottingham, Derby, Leicester. So live streams. I don't know the exact dates. I'm going to live stream because at the moment I'm thinking of doing Tuesday and Thursday at 7. Even though on Tuesday Alan normally streams ETS2, and Thursdays he may or may not stream all. So maybe I could do like Thursday and Saturday. I could do that. So yeah, this scenario isn't very high speed, it's very like stop start. It'll be more high speed when we join the West Coast Main Line in the next video. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on that. There's a shameless plug. Proceed to Willesden at 14:13 when signals allow. So current time is 14:14, so we can leave. Come on, keyboard. Why are you doing this to me? Why do you do this? Come on, release. Put the power back so we don't got wheel slip. So leaving here, the speed limit is going down to 20 miles an hour, and we have about 6 miles to Willesden where this part will end. Assuming I can actually move at a decent speed. Come on, haul it. I like here how you have different levels, because on the top level we have the Goblin line, they have road, they have the Freightliner. So it's kind of like a road sandwich between two lines. I guess in that analogy, the railway line would be bread, and then the road would be filling. That's a weird analogy. So climbing on 1 to 233. Well, I think it's 28 containers. Then, so around the corner should be Gospel Oak Station, where we join the North London line from Stratford Regional. So the day of recording is the 4th of July. About America, I don't know what America's doing because of coronavirus. I think they have like a celebration in their own house, rather than just gathering together to celebrate their independence from the British. I think that's how it goes. Also in England, today is the day that restaurants and pubs open. It's like 20 past 11, so I don't think anyone's in the pub yet. Well, they shouldn't be. This is Gospel Oak, and there's the train that was in front of us, 2 Juliet 56 from Barking to Gospel Oak. And there goes the frame rate again. E! Super lag, you can't press things. And it's even worse when you have the DSD go off in lag. So speed limit is still 20 miles an hour, so make sure I don't go above that. Oh god, no more lag. Our next station will be Hampstead Heath. Also, speed limit is going up to 40 miles an hour for freight trains. Also, the thing about this part is that the signal blocks are really close together, like really close. Got the yellow. Yeah, it also helps that signals down here are 4 aspects instead of 3. Probably because you have like, I think it's like 20 trains an hour, because you got all the Richmond trains, you got the Clapham trains, then you have freight trains. So yeah, you do have a lot of traffic to fit on 2 lines. Which is a good reason why the signal blocks are really close together and they're also 4 aspects. Okay, can I put this to notch 5 without wheel slip? Yes. So hopefully you're enjoying the video. I'm definitely enjoying the video, other than having a runny nose. Hopefully I will edit out all the bits you don't want to hear. This is Hampstead Heath. 378 from Clapham to Stratford to Lima 69. Nice. Can I put 35? Go through a tunnel, and then after we exit the tunnel, the next station will be Finchley Road and Frognall. This is Finchley Road and Frognall, and we have a double yellow, which means I'm going to slam on the brakes because these signals are real close together and our brakes are just horrible. So in the video I've already done this in a 70 from South Tottenham to Willesden, so hopefully you won't just moan at me for doing the same thing again. So we are now crossing over the Midland Main Line outside Pancras, and on the right is West Hampstead Thameslink station, and this station is West Hampstead. I'm sure there's like a pathway connecting the two, or something like that. Change to double yellow. So we are going down a gradient of 12129, so I think I'll let gravity just accelerate the train. So we are due into Willesden up and down goods at 14:40, so about another 18 minutes. And then it will sit there until like 20 to 5, so about 2 hours. I think we're due into like Garston at like 20 past 10. Hopefully it won't be too dark by then. Anyway, next signal should be a single yellow because the last one was double yellow. Next station will be Brondesbury Park, Castle Rise, then Willesden. Got single yellow. Yes, I need to start braking. Yeah, the brakes are bad, and we're going downhill. This is Brondesbury Station. So which one do you prefer I do more? More in-cab videos or videos where I look around a bit more? Like this, so you can see everything around you. Even if it is just buildings and rain. This is Brondesbury Station. Next station is Brondesbury Park. Then after Castle Rise we will come off the North London line, go downwards and join with the West Coast Main Line, and then head northbound towards Liverpool. So yeah, the next video should be a lot faster, more fast paced. Got the yellow, which means we can accelerate to moderate speed, like 40. So yeah, on public transport it is still essential travel only until further notice. So don't go on the train unless you really have to. Train spotting doesn't count. So on the channel don't expect anything in real life for a while. Just gaming stuff, which I know not everybody really cares about, but there's nothing I can do about that. Well, until September when I go back to uni, because nobody wants to hire me for a placement. Maybe I should do like one of those channel update videos every month. I guess there's really no point, because what is there to update on? Double yellow. We can still continue towards Willesden. Just accelerate during lag. So don't go too quickly, otherwise you won't. Don't go too quickly, otherwise you won't be able to stop. Next station is Castle Rise. So yeah, I hope you've been enjoying the video so far. Even if it is really long and we're going at snail's pace. What happens if that's a signal? Oh, it's just a repeater. Why does my keyboard do this? I press a button, nothing happens, and then a few seconds later it happens. This is Kensal Rise. Next point of interest is Kensal Green Junction, where we come off the North London line and onto the West Coast Main Line. So yeah, the North London line, it is a very important route, mainly because it carries freight from the West Coast Main Line and the North. And they carried it avoiding London and then towards Felixstowe, where trains would join at Stratford. A bit of PowerPoint. There we go. So yeah, as I've already said, the next video should be higher speed, when we can actually do like 75. Whether it's yellow, which means we are cleared off the North London line. Acton Lane to Dagenham Dock, 689 Golf. I was wondering what was in the distance. What is that engine sound? It sounds awful. It sounds like a turbojet. So I think these hoppers are causing frame drop. Also, I think the frame rate will definitely decrease as Train Sim tries to load in all the sidings in Willesden. Also, speed limit is also at 30 miles an hour. So pause on the train length, just so I know when the train is in the 30 miles an hour speed zone. So line going straight on goes to Willesden Junction, the high level bit, and then it splits off to the West London line to Clapham, and then the North London line to Richmond. And the line going to the left joins up with Willesden Depot. And then we're going down here towards Willesden low level. Where we join up with the West Coast Main Line out of London Euston. Shush. So coming down the hill at a gradient of 1 to 44, which is insanely steep. So on the left is Willesden Junction Station. I think there are future plans to have some platforms on the other lines, not just on the Watford DC branch. Are we in the 30 yet? No. Okay, now we're in the 30 zone. So now we can accelerate and not crawl like a snail. So the Watford DC line goes underground under the West Coast Main Line and then pops out on the left. And then it does so all the way to Watford. And then the West Coast Main Line just stays in the middle. Warning of 15 miles an hour. So I'll just bring our speed down fairly dramatically. Also got singing low, which means we need to stop at the next signal. So I'm not sure if I will put this out all as one video, like an hour long, or just split it into different chunks. I think putting it out as one video gains more watch time. The speed limit is now at 10 miles an hour. So it says. So yeah, coming up on the right will be Willesden PRDC, so Prince's Royal Distribution Centre. I wish I could enunciate correctly. On the right is, I think it's part of Willesden Yard. So I'll put some 66s, some stone hoppers, and that's it. Just for something to look at. At 16:39, and we will arrive into Rugby. Arriving into Rugby at about 6:30. Yeah, it's going to be a very long ride. So this is the end of this part. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed me driving the 66 from Purfleet to Willesden. It's been ages going just at a crawl. So thank you for watching. Subscribe for more train sim content. There's a lot of it. Join my Discord for a general train chat. Follow me on Twitter for future video updates. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next part, where we will take the train to Rugby via Northampton. So arrival into Willesden.